Hello, it's Fabio with Patriots on the Fly. Today I'll show you to tie the Mega Prince. Hope you enjoy the video and we'll see you next week.
Okay, when I tied the Mega Prince fly, I already put a hook in my vise. This is a Tiemco 5262, size 8. I put a gold bead. I believe this is a size 1/8. I'm going to get some uni thread, black 6/0. I'm going to start right behind the eyelet of the hook, making just a few wraps to secure that thread right there. I'm going to get some ice dub peacock color. I'm going to get like very few strands, very small clump. And I'm going to use this to build a little bump right behind the eyelet of the hook. And we're going to use this to help us keep the rubber legs I'm going to tie next separated. I am going to get some silly legs, barred yellow and gold. And you can use, whatever legs colors you have. I'm going to tie one leg on the side of the hook facing me. I'm going to make sure that it is along the hook shank, like so. I'm going to cut the excess of the rubber leg here off. And I'm going to use this piece here to again add the rubber leg on the other side. Then make sure you tie these right against that bump of dubbing. I'm gonna make sure that these are about the same length. Okay, I'm gonna cut this tag end, and I'm going to secure this some more. Then I'm gonna push that bead against the rubber legs, and then I'm going to go around the bead with my thread and build now the thread against that bead. Then I'm going to get some I had it right here, some ultra wire medium copper. I'm going to get 2 or 3 inches. I'm going to cut that using my bad scissors. I'm going to secure the wire on the other side, on the hook side that is away from me, like so. Then I'm going to get a brown marabou feather. Let me find one here. I found one, and we're gonna use this to create the tail of this Mega Prince. As you recall, Prince nymphs have a brown tail made with goose biots. So in this case, we're creating a brown tail with marabou. I'm gonna tie down the marabou all the way against the bead. So we have so this allows me to have a uniform body for this fly. Okay. Alrighty, so now that we've done that step, we're gonna add some more rubber legs. So I'm gonna add a rubber leg on this side of the tail, maybe just a little longer than the marabou tail, like so. I'm gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna use this piece to add the rubber leg on the other side of the marabou tail that we just added. Like so. And then I can cut this off. Alright, so now we got the front legs, we got the back legs. We're gonna add one more pair of legs, which is in the middle of the fly. And we're gonna tie this about in the center of the fly. So I'm gonna move my thread to about the middle of the fly, and I'm going to secure this last set of rubber legs in the middle of the hook right here with a figure 8 wrapping. Okay, I'm gonna cut these to length so they're about the same length. Okay, so now I'm going to move my thread back to the where the back set of legs are tied in, and I'm going to get probably 7-8 Peacock herl fibers. I'm going to cut the tips. So now I have a common tying point for all of them. And I'm going to tie them down like so. And I'm going to bring my thread forward right behind the bead. Then I'm going to lift all the peacock herl fibers. I'm going to spin them around so I can make like a rope of peacock herl. And then I'm going to start palmering this clockwise. And I'm palmer this right behind these middle legs, and then I'm going to go in front of them. And I'm going to make 3 full wraps right behind that bead. So don't be afraid to make more wraps of the peacock herl behind that bead that you think you may need. Then I'm going to wrap my thread around the peacock herl a few times to make sure that it doesn't come unraveled. I'm going to cut the peacock herl off. Now I'm going to run the copper wire under the marabou tail. And then I'm going to counter wrap the peacock herl with the copper wire. So this is going to strengthen the peacock herl and add some weight to it. So now that I've done that, I'm going to cut the wire off. And go over a couple of times to make sure that even that one doesn't move away. Then the next step we're gonna do is, as you guys know, should know, as all of you know, should know, the Prince Nymph has one of the characteristics is it's got these white wings. So I'm gonna get a couple of goose Biots fibers in white. These always have a curvature that goes one way, and so we want to put these wings with the tips facing downward. So I'm gonna put the first one. I'm gonna put the first one right here. I gotta push this wire down. You gotta make sure that tip is down. Now it is. Like so. I'm gonna get the other one. I'm going to do the same. And we want these wings to be in a wing shape, in a V shape, I mean, like so. I'm gonna cut some of these, the excess of these goose Biots. I'm gonna fold those tips over, those ends over, and I'm gonna secure those with some few thread wraps. Let me cut this piece of dubbing sticking out. Okay, so now that we put the wings, I'm going to get an Hungarian partridge feather natural color. I already have one right here. I'm going to pull some of the fibers off that we're not going to need. I'm going to pull some of the fibers away from the tip. So now I have a tying point. I'm going to secure that tying point. Like so. Then I'm going to pull these fibers back. So that help me as I palmer the feather right behind that bead. So this is another tricky moment here. Then I'm going to go over the stem a couple of times. To make sure that that feather doesn't come unraveled when I'm not watching. Alrighty, I've done that. I can cut the stem off. And then I'm going to add another very small quantity of iced up peacock color to fill the gap between the bead and the partridge feather that we just added. Just a very small, tiny bit, not a whole lot. So remember, you can always add more. So start with less, and then you can add more later. then I'm going to get my whip finisher. I have a very long one that I use to tie tube flies or larger flies, or flies like this one, which where there are materials sticking out in front. So I made one. I'm going to make one more whip finishing loop. Pulling on the thread, I'm going to lift the thread up, cut the excess, clean up the fly. You know, there's always some things sticking out. I'm going to get my fancy brush here and brush some of these partridge fibers. I may shorten these rubber legs in the front a little. But there you have it, the prince, the mega prince, which is a larger variation of the prince nymph. Let me measure these legs are here about the same length. So you can lift them up. Yeah, I think they're about the same length. I'm just going to shorten them a little. Alrighty, so hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.